In these terrible moments, difficult times, especially for our brethren in Ukraine, let us do as we did yesterday. Start with reciting a psalm and Tehillim, and we will recite, and I invite you to join me when you hear this message, whenever during the day, chapter 120. And I'll start with Shir HaMalos al Adonai Betzoroseli Kerose Veyaneni Adonai Atzilo Nafshi Misal Shekem Loshon Remiyo Mayit Locho Umayosef Loch Loshon Remiyo Chitzi Giber Shinunim Im Gachal Eresomim Oyo Likigati Mesho Shchanti Molekido Rabbas Shochno Lo Nafshi Im Shani Sholem Ani Sholem V'chiyad Daber Heim Olam Milchoma. King David concludes, Ani Sholem, I'm a man of peace. They speak about war, but we speak about peace. So having said the chapter of Tehillim, I invite you all, take your coin, put it in a pushka, tefillah and tzedakah, and obviously also some Torah. I want to share with you today some of the messages, guidance, directives the Rebbe has given during different times of different situations of war, skirmishes in Israel, in the world, and it was obviously affecting the Jewish people. So the Rebbe first of all once quoted the Medrash, and I'll read to you the words. The Medrash in, or the Psik Tezutros in Lech Lecha, and the Bereshis Medrash Bereshis Rabbah, chapter 42. So there it quotes, Omar Rabbi Elazar bar Avuna. Rabbi Elazar, the son of Avuna, said, Imra iso malchias misgarezu bezu. When you see that there are kingdoms that are fighting amongst themselves, tzopar l'raglav shel Mashiach. You should then expect to see the footsteps of Mashiach. And this is in addition to what we spoke yesterday, previously, the whole Talmud, where the Talmud describes the Shavua. But in general, whenever there is this war, this is a sign that this is the coming of Mashiach. So the Rebbe said the following. So although this is signs of Mashiach, to be excited, says the Rebbe, but nevertheless, it's a negative thing. People are suffering. People are dying. People are uprooted. So our task is to pray to God that whatever happened should be sufficient, that this should immediately stop. And obviously we should have the conclusion of this war, which is the coming of Mashiach. And therefore, what we need to do is to add in Torah and Tefillah and Tzedakah. The Rebbe also said at one point that if you do not do it yet, it would be very appropriate to incorporate in your prayers every morning, according to the teachings of the Arizal, that before starting the services in the morning, after saying the blessings, one should say the line, Hareini mekabel olai mitzvah saseh. I take upon myself the biblical command, Shel v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, loving your fellow Jew as yourself. Loving your fellow Jew, Jewish Avas Yisrael, is not only beneficial to the Jewish community, it is beneficial to the whole world. And then the Rebbe said, it's also appropriate, the custom of, at the end of the prayers, after we said Aleinu, to say the line, Ach tzadikim yoidu lishmecha yeshvu yeshorim esponecha, which means, indeed, the righteous will extol your name, and the upright will dwell in your presence. King David says the following, we the Jewish people, who we are called the Amir Kulam Tzadikim, we are always, all of us are righteous. We the Jewish people should always give thanks to God, particularly when the exile is coming to an end. And then he will dwell amongst us in a revealed manner. So the Rebbe said, to add these two lines, as I said, in the beginning, Hareini mekabel olam mitzvahs aseh shel v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, taking upon ourselves the commandment of loving a fellow Jew, and to conclude with the line that all of us are thanking God. And we're thanking God for doing this which is good to us. We are at the end of exile. It should be in a manner, b'chesed or b'rachamim, with compassion and with kindness. Please, God, help us for it to be so now.